y'all, how's it going? I hope everybody's doing okay. Okay, so you guys know that I do focus on unconditional love, being in the light, being connected to the divine, being connected to source. All those things are true and are still going to be true even with what I'm about to say, especially with what I'm about to say. You guys, we need to really acknowledge how much energy has been placed into us being conditioned to be in a state of fear from a very early age all the way through life. And the thing that I know a lot of people have been talking about this with all the things that happened in 2020 are continuing to happen, and certainly there are other people talking about this too, but this has been brought to my attention, and my guides are, when it comes through like this, I gotta say it too. We need to really pay attention to not just the big things, okay? Not just the points in time like 2020 when we all, including myself, fell into the, let's say, trap of fear, of being really fearful of something bad happening to the people that we care the most about. Okay, this is how they get you. This is how they get all of us. Maybe not all of us, but again, me included. So using the fear of something happening to a loved one to create a state of fear, and then to get us that then motivates us to perpetuate that by expressing to people that we care about that, oh, you need to be worried about this, and oh my gosh, be careful of that. And guys, look, I know that this comes through from the most well-meaning sources. And the reason this is coming up now, it has to do with large scale things. But again, the reason why so many of us fell so easily into that trap is because we have been conditioned with small things, okay? There's this meme going around about, hey ladies, fall is coming. You need to make sure that you go to the gas station before the sunset. Don't go to the ATM after dark. No, no, we're not living in fear. How many, and again, I get it. It comes from well-meaning people, very well-meaning people who care very, very deeply for their loved ones, and they don't want to see anything happen to them, right? That's the whole point. But we need to look deeper at why this is going around. This is step one, again, like step one of, hey, don't go out because there could be something out there that gets you. Don't go by yourself because there could be something out there that gets you. Okay, how many women or men, doesn't matter, but in particular, this was aimed at women. How many women go to the ATM after dark and nothing happens except they get the cash they need to get? How many times do women go to the gas station after dark and nothing happens except they get the gas they went there to get? How many times do women go to the grocery store and nothing happens except they get the goods, the food supplies that they went there to acquire? Guys, I can't state this enough. I can be very cautious. But if I choose to not go somewhere, it is because of a choice that I make. If anybody, you guys that know me really well, know I'm a homebody, right? But that's my choice. I don't not go out because of fear. Now, that being said, of course, let's all be rational about this. Let's all make good choices. But we can make good choices and not be in fear about it, okay? I know this is really kind of aggressive coming from me, but it's so important because what we need to see are these connections. We need to see these connections between these seemingly neutral, obscure, maybe not obscure, but just minimal things, right? These little reminders to be cautious, be careful, don't go here, don't go that, don't do this, don't do that. This is conditioning us so that, and it has for a really long time, conditioned us so that then when the bigger things come along, it's easier for those people to get us to comply because we're used to living in a place of fear. We're used to giving up our rights and our freedoms because of fear. Okay, the bigger picture of this too, something I want to throw out there that I know I'm going to dive into in another video at some point, but it's also this, it's this pattern that happens in a narcissistic relationship as well. It's the conditioning of getting used to small infractions so that when the bigger thing happens, we don't put up as much of a fight, right? Because we've been squashed so many times. So I know that's kind of a really broad view of that, but we really need to look at that because there may be some questioning out there about why is narcissism on the rise, or why do we see it so much? One, because we're talking about it, right? So we have a name that we can put to these different behaviors, but that's not it. It's because it exists in these higher levels of those who have been in power. Okay, this is the way that this is a larger scale version of a narcissistic relationship. The people in government, the people in power, doing things to for what they want, right? Their wants, their desires, without any maybe minimal, if that's being generous, concern for the other persons, the other people in the relationship, that what they want, what they actually need. So, okay, we'll leave that one alone. But guys, please, let's be really mindful of these tactics that are being used to get us to be so conditioned to being in a state of fear that that's our comfort zone. We have become comfortable with living in fear, right? So that when it gets escalated, it's actually more comfortable for us to be in fear than it is for us to be in a state of freedom and peace and sovereignty. Okay, so I'm going to leave this there. Guys, be really mindful of what you're sharing and what the reason is behind it, the energy behind it. Really feel into the energy about it. And at the same time, let's not judge others who are working through this. Again, I'm not here to judge anyone. I was, 2020, I was wearing the thing over my face. I was doing all the things. I'm not here to judge anyone. But it is from that place that I can understand where it comes from, how we get to that place, how we got to that place, how people who follow those rules got to that place, right? And then from there, hopefully, how we can avoid that in the future. Okay, we don't want to go back there. We're headed there. Let's be really, really mindful. And don't give in to fear. Don't give in to fear. Okay, sending big love to you guys. All right, I'll be back soon.